Andreani, 10 seconds. Stand by.
Mismo evento, mismas reglas. 3 rondas de 9 muscle ups, handstand walk sobre los obstáculos de ida. 36, 45 y 54 single leg squats, pistols y handstand walk de vuelta. Primera ronda tendrán que hacer 36 pistols, segunda ronda 45 pistols y en la tercera y última ronda 54 pistols.
Lane number 4, Celeste Engelbrecht, the first female onto that handstand walk. No, forgive me, lane 10, Alize Andreani is already on her second obstacle, so she's leading the way here. Lane 10, Celeste Engelbrecht, second place in the heat. The event record for this female individual event 3 is set by Marisa de los Santos at the Latin America Regional at 8 minutes and 32 seconds.
Primera atleta, calle número 10, se coloca en posición Alize Andreani. Dominando el handstand walk. Segunda posición, calle número 3, Johanny Talhard.
Alize Andreani, lane 10, already back at the rings for her second round of 9 ring muscle-ups. Lane number 10, Alize Andreani clearing that first obstacle on her way back to those single leg squats.
Increíble el dominio de Alize Andreani en la calle número 10 en el handstand walk.
Michaela Pavlova is trying to make her way back towards the rig on lane 2. And Johanni Taljaard, lane 3, coming back towards her second set of single leg squats. One more obstacle for her to clear, as Alize Andreani on lane 10 is already finishing up her second set of those single leg squats.
Eva Cortiella acaba de superar el primer obstáculo de ida de la primera ronda de handstand walk. Alice Andreani se coloca en cabeza con una clara diferencia respecto al resto.
Alize Andreani, lane 10, making her way back. She's already cleared one obstacle. One more to go for her. She must start with both of her hands behind the line. And now Celeste Engelbrecht and Johanni Taljaard also on those single leg squats for the second time. And now Nikita Jena van Rooyen also joining these two other ladies here on this second round of squats.
Eva Cortiella, que finaliza el handstand walk.
And now we've got these two females side by side here on lanes 3 and 4, moving those chest pieces forward. Celeste Engelbrecht and Johanni Taljaard. And Alize Andreani, lane 10, is done with her last 9 muscle-ups. Only 2 more obstacles to clear for her with the handstand walk, followed by 54 single leg squats. She has 54 squats to do, and then she will be done here in this first heat of female athletes in individual event number 3 here at the Meridian Regional in Madrid, Spain.
Andreani, calle número 10. Domina de forma indiscutible la prueba. Está a punto de entrar en la recta final. Últimos 27 pistols.
Lane number 10, Alize Andreani, down to her last 2 sections on the floor. So less than 18 reps to go for her. And she's gonna set the time to beat here with a very impressive performance. Down to her last 5 repetitions, ladies and gentlemen, lane 10. Alize Andreani putting on a show here in heat 1. And she's gonna finish in 11:17 unofficially. "90 seconds to go."
Poco más de 1 minuto para el time cap.
Less than a minute to go here, 50 seconds until the 13-minute time cap.
Tenemos a Johanny Talhard en segunda posición. La sigue muy de cerca en la calle número 4, zapatillas amarillas, Celesti Elgelberg.
30 seconds.
Vamos público, vamos a animar a este primer hit de las atletas féminas cuando quedan 10 segundos.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That does it for heat number 1. And Alize Andreani sets the time to beat at 11 minutes and 17 seconds. Give it up one more time for Alize and all these ladies here, ladies and gentlemen.
Segundo hit, categoría individual femenina. Tenemos a Judith Rabadella en la calle número 4 representándonos. Estamos seguros de que va a jugar un papel muy importante, un buen papel en este tercer evento de hoy sábado. Os queremos recordar que mañana domingo a las 23:30 CrossFit celebrará el After Party en el centro de Madrid. Podéis adquirir vuestras entradas en el link que os aparece en el Facebook de CrossFit o en la entrada de la caja mágica en la carpa de CrossFit.
Lane number 8, Joanne McGurk, done with 1 obstacle on that handstand walk. And lane 2, Symphony Chong, trying to go unbroken here on these first 2 obstacles, and she's making it look really easy here. 36 single leg squats for Stephanie, and then another 3 back towards the rink over those obstacles to complete the first round. Ladies and gentlemen, we kindly ask you to not use air horns during the events. That air horn sound is almost the same as our stop sign, so please, during the events, do not use the air horns, ladies and gentlemen.
Atentos al dominio gimnástico de Symphony Chong en la calle número 2.
So the time to beat here in this event 3 was set in that previous heat by Alize Andreani, 11 minutes 17 seconds. And the world record is held by Marisa de los Santos at 8 minutes and 32 seconds, coming in from the Latin America regional. We have a few female athletes back on those rings. Symphony Chong, lane 2, your early leader, and Lisa Abel on lane 7, also back on the rings. And now Joanne McGurk, also lane 8, starting her second round of muscle-ups. And lane number 2, Symphony Chong, done with her muscle-ups on the second round. And Symphony Chong, again, that handstand walk, no problem for her on lane 2, as she's on that first set of 15 out of those 45 squats that she needs to do here in the second round. Lane number 7, Lisa Ebel, also done with her second round of muscle-ups. And she's starting to walk her way back towards the squat station over those obstacles. Lane number 2, Symphony Chong, is in that last box on the floor for this round 2. She's about to get finished with her second set of squats, the single leg squats, alternating every rep. And now Steph Chong moving that chest piece forward.
Tenemos al atleta Lisa Ebel en la calle número 7 en segunda posición, seguida de Joanne McGurk en la calle número 8. Pero la prueba la sigue dominando Symphony Chong en la calle número 2. Y Judith Torrabadella consigue superar el primer obstáculo del handstand walk. Vamos, Judith, que ahora van todos seguidos.
Lane number 7, Lisa Ebo, moving her chest piece forward. She's currently holding on to that second spot in this heat number 2. So Symphony Chong leading the way, and Lisa Ebo holding on to that second spot, and Joanne McGurk on lane 8, currently your number 3 athlete in this heat.
Menos de 4 minutos para el time cap.
Lane number 1, Jennifer Clark, also moving her chest piece forward. Lane number 5, Thelma Christoforou, also moving her chest piece now. She's the 5th athlete here in this heat to get done with those 45 single leg squats, as Symphony Chong on lane 2 is now clearing her last obstacle, and she has 54 single leg squats to do. We still have a little over 2 minutes until we hit that 13-minute time cap. The time to beat was set in that previous heat by Alice Andreani. That was at 11:17. So Steph won't quite get that time beat, but she will definitely grab a lot of valuable points here if she can finish within the cap. Less than 18 reps to go for Steph Chung, lane number 2. Last 9 reps. Symphony Chong going to be the first female athlete in this heat to finish. She also might be the only one to do so. 1 minute to go until the time cap. And Symphony Chong gets a heat win here. Takes heat number 2, and Lisa Ebel trying to get as many squats in as she can within the remaining time. We have 40 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go.
Últimos segundos.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And that does it for this heat number 2. Symphony Chong takes the heat.
And here in heat number 3, it'll be athletes ranked 11 to 20 coming out of day number 1, including a couple of notable names. Number 1 seed Rita Garcia in lane number 9, Mia Ackerland in lane number 2.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what Rita can do in this event.
And away we go. Again, only 2 of 20 have beaten the time cap thus far, the fastest of which, Alize Andriani at 11 minutes, 17 seconds.
And that's a blistering pace. We saw Symphony Chong come in at 12:07. Stephanie with a heavy gymnastic background. And if a gymnast is struggling to catch up with the 11:17, it's a good time to put up there.
Now, obviously, it helps to have a gymnastics background, but for athletes in general, what do they need to have success in this one?
Well, there are a couple of things that I really think they need to think about, and I'm pretty sure they are. One of them is to control the handstand. You want to make sure that you get out there on the floor and you control it. You can't just force your way through it, because as soon as you start forcing it, you'll find yourself coming off to the left or the right side of the obstacle. The second one is to pace the pistols. The pistols will be more of a nuisance, so it's something that you need to get out of the way. However, you can't let it drive your pulse, so you need to be consistent, good clean reps, and pacing it. The last one is hurry up and rest. So spend as little time as you possibly can on the movement, so go through them fast, decisive, and then get a little bit of rest in between the different portions.
Coming out of the muscle-ups, we had 4 athletes make their way away from the rings at about the same time, as it was Nicole Petal in lane number 3, Elia Navarro in lane 5, Rita Garcia in lane 9, and Anne-Claire Dreyfus in lane 10. But the first one to get to the halfway restart point on the handstand obstacle walk is Mia Ackerland in lane number 2 in red and black.
Mia Ackerland is doing really, really well, and what I'm seeing right now is that she's got tension in her legs. What happens is, as soon as you start releasing or relaxing your legs, or pretty much from your hip and down, you start losing that balance. That's a technique that works well if you're moving forward. You're essentially just falling forward and parrying that fall by moving your hands in that cadence. However, with the obstacle, you need to control.
Now for Mia, it was a disappointing day number 1, 24th and 14th in the 2 events, but still just 46 points outside those top 4 that will advance at the end of the weekend, despite being in 17th place. That's how close this is. Everybody in this heat is within 50 points of the top 4.
I'm looking forward to seeing Mia, how she does. I know that she's a really competent athlete with all the skill sets that she needs to be able to do well in this day. So it's all about a game plan, and then whether she can stick to that or not.
Ackerland in first, Matilda Orlandoni in second, Elia Navarro in third, Rita Garcia in fourth. Navarro in the center lane, lane number 5. The top blue lane is Orlandoni, and in lane number 9, the closest to the top of the screen in the blue pants is Garcia, the number 1 seed, or co-number 1 seed coming out of Europe South. And that was a bit of a surprising day number 1 to have somebody ranked so high, be 18th coming out of the opening day.
She really didn't have the day 1 that she was looking for, and she's going to look to redeem herself today and make up as much ground as she possibly can. I wouldn't be too fazed by her coming out just a little bit slower. We've seen a lot of athletes just kind of biding their time to start with and then increasing pace as they went through, because they're not used to that handstand walk, and you kind of want to make sure that it hasn't taken too much out of your system.
Ackerland was the first one back to the handstand walk for the 2nd time, but she's about to take a 2nd attempt at it.
Also moving her chest piece forward.
That looks a lot better balance right there.
Both hands clearing that yellow line. She is good to come down and restart behind that yellow line. Orlandoni in the background in all black. She'll also make her way to the halfway restart point. Ackerland over the incline, down the stair steps, and she's on the round number 2 at the 4-minute mark.
It's all about maintaining that composure. Once you start losing your balance, don't freak out and try to parry it with your legs. You need to parry it with your hands and your hip.
Matilda Orlandoni, 5th place in event number 1, followed up with a 37th in the second event, still has her 14th, 44 points out entering today.
And, you know, I talked to her coach yesterday, and he said that she's just happy to be here. She's looking to get as many experiences as she can, both for herself, but also for the athletes that she's coaching. So I think that's a great mindset to come in here with. I'm going to do the best I possibly can when I can, but I'm also going to share the experiences that I get here.
Day number 1, her first career top 10 finish. It was also her first career top 5, as she was here at regionals, but it's been a little bit since we last seen her in 2014. Third place is Elia Navarro.
And Elia Navarro, we saw her on the pistols just a second ago going at a blistering pace. Now, we know that she's a strong athlete. There's no doubt about that. I'm just wondering if she didn't overexert herself just a little bit on those first ones, trying to make a mark.
On her second round of muscle-ups, and she's going to start moving forward again.
But already through that second set of 9 muscle-ups is Mia Ackerlund.
And Åkerlund here just taking it easy, having a drink. And it's not because she really needs it, but she's making sure that she's got her composure before she walks in there and gets on with the handstand walk, and I like that. Don't worry too much about everybody else. Stick with your game plan. She's doing really, really well.
Navigating the decline ramp past the halfway point. We're about halfway, or past halfway, to the time to beat as we're nearing the halfway point in the time cap of 13 minutes. Time to beat 11 minutes, 17 seconds. The only other finisher in at 12:07. Orlandoni making her way up the staircase, as is Navarro. Navarro to the halfway point, Orlandoni to the halfway point, but Ackerlund is through the third of 5 handstand walks that will occur in this event. Here in the round of 45, advancing every 15 repetitions.
And you see Mia Åkerlund taking it a little easier on the pace. I mean, it's still a pretty fast pace, but it's a little bit easier. And I think it's smart. She wants to make sure that she's not, you know, overexerting herself, finding herself out of breath, and then trying to handstand walk over that obstacle. Doing that when you're out of breath is, well, it's hard to start with. It just becomes incredibly challenging then.
Race for second and third, currently held by Matilda Orlandoni. She got some nice composure to get herself over that red line with the left hand as she paused there for a second. She'll have a couple of seconds of an advantage over Navarro, getting to the single leg squats in the round of 45, but this about 20 reps behind Ackerlund in the lead.
And both these two ladies going very, very fast.
Also in the background of the screen in the blue pants, Rita Garcia also into that race for second, third, and fourth.
We talked about it a second ago that Rita Garcia may just be taking it easy on the first round, kind of finding out how it feels and what she's got, and then making a move, and it looks really good.
15 at each one of these stations on this second round.
There's Garcia, the two-time fittest woman in Spain, each for the past 2 years.
And that was Rita Garcia's fans right there, and they're going to get really, really loud, really, really fast if she keeps this pace up.
On to the fourth of 5 handstand walks in this event for Ackerlund, who has led this since the first of those 5 handstand walks. Orlandoni once again closing the gap a little bit when it comes to the single leg squat. She holds second place. Navarro in third. Garcia will be the fourth to round out the second round. Ackerlund comes back down, Navarro back down. This opens up the window for Orlandoni to take the lead as she's making her way up the staircase.
And there she is in the top of your screen, Orlandoni making her way all the way past the obstacle. She's now past Åkerlund.
So new leader for the first time since the first minute of this event. It's Matilda Orlandoni.
So Åkerlund just made it through her first handstand walk here. We've got that's Elia Navarro on the left. But Matilda Orlandoni just made it through her second handstand walk here, so she's now the current leader, Matilda Orlandoni. Lots of experience to bring back to the box, both for herself and for her members.
So 1 round remains for her. She's got about 3.5 minutes until that time cap. She'll get through 4 of the 9 muscle-ups before coming down off the rings, as we're still about 1 minute 20 seconds away from the time to beat, which looks like it will stand for Alize Andriani at 11 minutes 17 seconds.
It's Elia Navarro trying to catch up with Mia Åkerlund and Matilda Orlandoni.
5 reps to go, or inside the final 5 reps for both Åkerlund and Navarro. Also in the final 5 for Orlandoni. And new leader once again, and it's going to be Elia Navarro. Who's already punched her ticket to the games this year in the 35 to 39-year-old division Masters competition, where she was the 3rd qualifier out of the online portion. Orlandoni kicking upside down quicker, but having to come back down. Navarro unable to lock it out. Åkerlund also there onto the final handstand walk length. So 1, 2, 3 are all side by side with each other. Orlandoni 0 for 2 on her attempt on that first of the 2 obstacles. Åkerlund over the staircase, making her way down the decline ramp past the halfway point. We got yet another new leader with 90 seconds remaining.
And Åkerlund was being very, very cool, resting while Elia Navarro and Matilda Orlandoni made it onto their first attempt and making it past the obstacle. At the top of your screen, you've got Rita Garcia as well, announcing herself.
So it'll be Åkerlund, Garcia, Navarro, 1, 2, 3, getting to the halfway point as we're nearing the final minute. Åkerlund is through, and she'll be the first one to the 54 single leg squats. And at this point, it's just going to be an AMRAP. How many can you do in the next minute?
And she's going to have to knock out a lot of these, because Elia Navarro has been blistering fast on these in the past.
We got some speed here in this race for the lead. Garcia has made her way, as you hear the huge ovation for her as she got through that handstand walk. It's good to have the home crowd advantage.
It definitely is, and I'd like to see Mia Åkerlund just increase her speed a little bit if she's got it, if she wants to stay ahead of Elia Navarro, because Elia's taking no prisoners.
Åkerlund in the lead, getting to the single leg squats, but she's got a couple of Spanish athletes right on her tail, and it's a rep-for-rep race between Åkerlund and Navarro. Åkerlund on the near side of the screen, Navarro in the center. In the background is Rita Garcia in 3rd. They're all within about 5 reps of each other. Give the lead now to Elia Navarro into the final 18 reps. 5 seconds remain, and we're going to have to wait for the official scorecards, but I believe it's going to be Elia Navarro that will take heat number 3, and likely the 3rd best score through 3 heats of 4 in women's event number 3, as that top time of 11:17 by Alize Andriani and 12:07 by Symphony Chong will be the top 2 times, as the only 2 registered times in under the time cap with 1 heat left.
That was a very, very, very fast comeback here by Elia Navarro. I mean, she made up all her ground on the pistols.
Welcome back to heat number 4 of 4 in women's event number 3, the opening test of day number 2 at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games Meridian Regional. Event 3, all about the gymnastics.
It is 3 rounds of 9 muscle-ups, a handstand walk, then onto 36, 45, and 54 single leg squats, then onto a handstand walk. The time cap is 13 minutes.
Points leader Jamie Greene will be in lane number 5. Manila Panaccio, who's really grabbed our attention through day number 1, second in the point standings. She'll be in lane number 6. As away we go with the first test of the day for our top 10 in the point standings after day number 1 of competition. They chased down the time of 11:17.
It's going to be interesting to see which one of these athletes will be the first one to draw blood and make it onto the obstacle course, the handstand walk, and then how they do at it. I know that there are a lot of these ladies who do really well in handstand walks. I've just never seen them do an obstacle handstand walk before.
So here for this heat, what are you looking for success?
Well, one of the things I'd really like to see is controlling the handstand. I want to see them go out there and make sure that they're pacing themselves, not stressing over the obstacle and then falling off to the sides. Take it easy, make sure that you've got enough tension. The second is pacing the pistols, making sure they don't get out of breath as they make it through the pistols. The pistols is more of an, well, don't quote me on this, an active recovery for the rest of this. And then the last thing is I want to see them hurry up and rest. Spend as little time as possible on the movements, get a little bit of rest, and then go again.
Now, here in the booth, you have Mads, you have myself, Brandon, and we also have Sam Briggs joining us here for this heat. So, Sam, anything you would want to add for those keys to this event?
Single leg squats now, and it is Jamie Greene right next to her.
Handstand walk. I think from other regionals, we've seen that they've been fast on the pistols, and we saw an exciting finish in that last heat where it came down to speed on the pistols and who won that heat. As we can see, there's already an early battle going on with Jamie and Lauren. Lauren seemed to attack the handstand walk a lot faster than Jamie did, but Jamie's coming out hot and blasting those pistols out, so hopefully we'll get another epic battle on the last set of pistols.
I'm always down for a close finish here as closing out round number 1, at least on the single leg squat portion. It is a close race. It'll only be about 4 reps separating Jamie Greene, the points leader, who will be ahead of Lauren Fisher, who enters this event in 3rd, just 28 points back, but important for them, the top 3 have really separated themselves from the rest of the field. You got to go 34 points from 3rd to 5th, which is a pretty comfortable spot to be in after day 1.
But then again, speaking of comfort, I don't think any of these athletes are comfortable with where they're at right now. They know that they're being chased by a bunch of really good athletes as well. So they're not going to be, excuse me there, I just saw this stumble from Lauren Fisher. So they're not going to be complacent at all. They're going to keep on going out there and getting after it.
How about this leg positioning there for Jamie Greene? We've seen the tight version, the leg straight up. We've seen the scorpion version. That was a split leg with one all the way out to the left and one going forward.
Whatever you are comfortable with and that you've done before, try to adapt that to the obstacle course as well. Well, we've got Sam here. What's the biggest difference, Sam, do you think, in this obstacle course? I mean, we've seen people walk fast. We've had long distances for the handstand walk as well. What's the key to making it across this obstacle?
I think with this obstacle, it's a good challenge because you've got the stairs where you've got to pull yourself up, and then you've got to then control your balance from that position where you need more forward momentum to slowing yourself down so you don't catapult over the other end. And then that's flipped in reverse where you need to get more of a lean to get up the ramp and then control it so you don't face plant on the stairs on the way back down.
And would you be using your feet to do that, or would it be more like an entire body tilt?
Me personally, I can't, like the nice gymnast leg bend with the feet over, I can't do that. Unfortunately, I'm more of a scorpion.
Well, it seems to have worked out very well for you in the past, though, I've got to say.
It's gotten a lot better than 2014, that's for sure.
Back onto the handstand walk for a 3rd time is Jamie Greene, who's surprisingly, all she hasn't done this weekend is win an event. It was 2nd and 2nd on day number 1, but she's out in front and trying to chase down that top time of 11:17 as she is closing out the 3rd handstand walk. Both hands clear that red line. She's good to go for the 45 single leg squats in round 2.
And she may not have had an event win, but I mean, she is very consistent, and that's what she needs.
I think so far, because they've been single modality tests, for her to come 2nd to an ex-triathlete in basically a triathlon, it was 3 movements, and as one of the lighter athletes to come second on the 3 bars of death, it's no bad positioning so far for Jamie.
Not at all.
Absolutely not, as she has a 12-point lead over second place Manila Pinocchio, but just as important, Greene 62 points clear of 5th for those 4 qualifying spots.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see her to go out there and just extend that lead throughout the entire day.
So on the left side of the screen is first and second, Jamie Greene in pink and black, Lauren Fisher in all black. Third place, getting into the handstand walk for a 3rd time, is Alessia Joy Valkley. But as she's closing out the second round of the handstand walks on the way there, already through the 45 single leg squats is Jamie Greene.
Jamie looks very, very, very composed as she's walking back. Perfectly aware of how everybody else has done up until this point.
I think that's the benefit of the chess pieces and how now in regional events we have like clear markers. So as soon as she moves on to the next round, she's well aware within a peripheral vision of where her competitors are.
And how much will she know about previous heats and what time? Is she chasing a time, or is she just trying the best she can to go out there and beat everybody in this heat?
I think with athletes being called pretty early before the events, she won't have an idea of how the athletes did in the last heat. So it will come down to how did she do in training. So she knows what sort of pace to be going at, and then keeping an eye on where everybody else is in this heat.
Yep.
So as Greene leads the way and already making her way into the muscle-ups, Lauren Fisher will hold 2nd place, but she is well behind at this point as Greene has opened up a huge lead over the rest of the field.
And even with that lead, she's opting to break up her last muscle-ups. I think that's smart. I want to see her be consistent over the obstacles on the handstand walk.
Fisher trying to make up ground as she's at the halfway point on the 4th of 5 handstand walks that will be needed to complete this event. But Jamie Greene already through the muscle-ups, and she's taking a bit of a breather before she starts the 5th of 5 handstand walks throughout the entirety of event number 3. Now she has time to be this composed. Again, 11 minutes, 17 seconds of time to beat. Set in heat number 1 by Alize Andriani. As Greene, that's the first time we've seen her have a misstep on the handstand walk.
And it's not just the time, it's also just the fatigue in the shoulders that set in if you have too many of these mishaps where you have to go back and start over.
Heading over the stair steps on the way up. There's the decline ramp complete, getting both hands over the yellow line, and she's at the halfway point, and she can restart behind that yellow line.
There are so many reasons why this makes me happy. One of them is that we know that Jamie had a bit of a shoulder injury and she was operated on it, but it looks like she is at perfect strength again.
Greene heading up the incline ramp. The staircase down is complete, and 54 single leg squats, all that remains. She's got 2.5 minutes to complete them, and this should not come as a shock. It should never come as a shock when Jamie does well in an event here in this regional, but she is somebody that won Amanda 45, where we saw a significant amount of muscle ups in that event. So she has shown the ability to do well in gymnastics events, and she has about 2 minutes to catch that top time of 11:17.
She's going really fast as well. I mean, in the previous heats, we've seen some people be fast on the pistols, but I mean, she's matching that pace easily.
Advancing every 9 reps through this set of 54. That's the halfway point. 27 down, 27 to go for Greene. You can see the size of the lead for Jamie Greene as she's into her final 18 reps. Lauren Fisher in second is halfway through the handstand walk. This is going to be a dominant event win for Jamie Greene, barring disaster. 9 reps remain. And this weekend cannot go much better to the halfway point for Jamie Greene. Second in event 1, second in event number 2, and it's going to be a second career regional event win in event number 3. Jamie Greene continues to lead the point standings as we hit the halfway point in the competition.
She has got to be really happy with that. So now it's just going to be interesting to see how Lauren Fisher does, and if she's going to be able to get under that time as well of, what was it,
11:17 that time to beat, about a minute away. Now she does have a large lead over third place Valkley, who is halfway through the 5th of 5 handstand walks. So there's Valkley making her way up the incline. She has the staircase down remaining, both hands clearing that line. She's good to go. But she'll have to make up about 25 reps. The interval between her and second place Lauren Fisher. Andriani's time of 11:17 should be good to hold for second. The only other time recorded in our first 3 heats, 12 minutes, 7 seconds.
And even though Alicia Valkley is going really fast, I don't think she's going to be able to catch up with Lauren Fisher at this point. It's Alicia Valkley on your on the right side of your screen there for a second.
18 to go for Fisher, who's going with the slow and steady approach through this set of 54 single leg squats. And quietly, Fisher having a good first half of the competition as well. As on day number 1, 7th in triple threes, the opening event, 3rd in event number 2, and looks like it's going to be a 3rd place finish once again here in event number 3, and likely seeing herself move into the 2nd position in the point standings in her debut appearance at the Meridian Regional.
And knowing Lauren, she'll be excited for the snatch event next.
Absolutely, that is a good shot at 100 points for Fisher coming up later today. And she will likely enter that event second, only behind Jamie Greene. So Alicia Valkley, bit of a quiet choice, the 11th seed out of Europe South, entering this weekend, 4th in event 1, 20th in event number 2, only 6 points outside the top 4 coming into this event.
And as she puts the finishing touches on this event, we've got Carmen Bosmans just flying through her pistols in the far lane.
30 seconds until the time cap. Bosmans entering this event 10th in the point standings, only 22 points back.
That is fast. Way to go, Carmen.
Ton of effort all the way to the finish. Believe that was 30 of 54 reps completed for Bosmans, who might be seeing herself move up the leaderboard in a hurry after a 28th in event number 1, a 4th in event 2. That should be a top 10 finish here in event number 3, but moving nowhere on the leaderboard, staying in first place with her first win of the weekend, Jamie Greene.
Great execution here by Jamie Greene. She took it easy. We saw her take a couple of breathers when people were kind of catching up to her, but wasn't fazed by that at all. Just stuck to her game plan, did a really great job. So let's have a look at what happened right here. So we saw Jamie Greene come out early. She started breaking up the double unders, or she broke, or the double, she muscle up the muscle up. She broke them up immediately just to save her shoulders, to make sure that she could be this consistent on the handstand walks. And she did a great job at that. On the pistols, she was just really fast. I mean, she was fast to start with and didn't slow down at any given point. I was wondering if maybe it was just to try to put her in a good setup, but no, it was to finish like that.
And she will hold the points lead going into event 4. Let's go to Nicky Brazier.
And we've done a couple of interviews already because of your heat wins, but this is your first event win, so congratulations. I know you had shoulder surgery in this past off-season. Did you have any concerns going into this particular event?
No, probably less of a concern because I've had more time to do rehab and work on it. After the Open, it seemed to be fine.
Easy then to get into this gymnastics event where we know that you excel, but we've seen a lot of different modalities in these events recently and a couple more still coming up. So I would say, considering your experience, what's your favorite kind of event to tackle at regionals or at games?
Well, this regionals was probably Linda, because it's something I'd normally struggle with. And so I was happy to finish that, probably more so than something with the gymnastics.
Well, you did great at all of them, so nice work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.